Hey kids, welcome back. This is the third lesson, which means at this point you've learned how to tune your ukulele, some of the different parts. You learned how to make different notes, playing the different frets, and you also learned how to make basic chords, or how to do chords. Your first two you learned were C and G. We're getting ready to play or learn our first song, so we're going to continue on. I'm going to teach you two new chords today, and also some basic strumming and rhythm stuff to do as well. With those four chords, you'll know you can play hundreds and hundreds of songs. It's pretty cool. So let's get started. We're going to jump straight in. Our first new chord that we're going to learn today is called an A minor. Now, if you remember this picture, this diagram that we've made, it's kind of like looking at the ukulele as if it were just laid out right like this, but it's like a big old giant ukulele for a giant. Just like a picture of it. And you'll notice that there's four strings, just like the four ukulele strings, and then these lines going the opposite direction, those are for the frets. So we've got our first fret, second fret, and third fret right here. Now, if you remember last week, we went ahead and gave a number to each of our fingers right here, your index finger. That's 1. Then you got 2, your ring finger is 3, and then your pinky is number 4. So with this A minor, you'll notice there's those little circles above these 3 top strings, but or bottom strings, and the top string here, it's got a 2 on it on the second fret. So that will give you an A minor. So what that would look like on our ukulele here, we take our second finger, and we go to the second fret on that top string. So this one right here. Oops, right here I mean. And then we do that. And the rest of them are all open. Gives us that chord right there. That is our A minor. Now the next one that goes with it, let's go ahead and pull this up on here. Guess what? It's called an F. And you're going to keep this position. You're just going to add one other finger. I'll show you. So here is our F chord. So notice we've still got our second finger on the second fret of that very top string. We're going to skip a string, and then we're going to use our first finger on the first fret of that third string there. So that is what is going to look like, our F chord. So again, we go ahead. We put our second finger right there, just like we did for our A minor. And now we're just going to add this little guy right here, first fret, with on the third string with our first finger. Oops, I was doing the third fret on accident. Second fret and then first fret, okay? Good. So if you can notice, here's my A minor, add this, F, A minor, F. A minor, F. It's really easy to go back and forth between an A minor and an F. So now you know a total of 4 chords. You know your C, you know your G, you know your A minor, and you know your F. And you can play, like I said before, hundreds and hundreds of songs with those chords and mix and matching them in different ways. So in order to play a song, though, it's not just playing and however fast that you want. You need to be able to keep in time. You need to be able to have rhythm. And as we go on through the lessons, I'll teach you different strumming patterns, so it'll sound fun. But before we can get into strumming patterns, we need to be able to keep in time. And what that means is when you're playing a song, the rhythm is good, so you're not playing all of a sudden really fast and then all of a sudden really slow, but the whole song goes through nice. When you're listening to a song on the radio and you kind of start tapping your foot, bobbing your head to it, you naturally can sense the rhythm of a song. So let's go ahead and just stay on our very first chord that we learned, because it's pretty easy. It was our C chord. For basic rhythm, what we're going to do with our right hand when we're strumming for our rhythm, we can have a few different options. Option 1, this is how I prefer to play. I just use my index finger and I strum across the strings like so. Kind of at an angle. I'm not just going up and down like that. It's kind of awkward, but kind of at an angle. And I like to nestle my ukulele, almost kind of like I'm holding a baby, and I rest in my forearm right there at the base of the ukulele. In order to keep in time, most music today is in what we call 4/4, which means that there are 4 beats to each measure. So in order to practice that, what we can do is we count to 4 with each note that we play. For example, if I'm playing a C chord and count to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is what we call a whole note because it has 4 beats, 4 counts to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If I cut it in half and just do 2 beats, that's what we call a half note. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then if I cut that in half again and do 1 strum for each beat, those are called quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'd like you to start practice doing is playing quarter notes and just switching back between those chords that we've learned. So it would sound like this, for example, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to our G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to C. 1, 2. Throw in the A minor if you want. And the F. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. Okay. After you can play in time, switch, and stay in time, then we can start learning some more fun strums to make our songs sound more jazzy. And we'll start learning our first song next week. Keep practicing.